Look for the silver lining whenever a cloud appears in the blue.
Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
And it was wonderful anchoring, presenting. What does Millennium Diva mean for you?
So just the name, stands out. Millennium stands billion, you can say, and just a millennium, and it's a quite big word. And diva is what every woman wants to be and feels inside. Though somebody says that to her or doesn't say that to her, but every woman believes that within herself.
Yeah.
So I said it's just that.
And what does women entrepreneurship mean to you?
Women entrepreneurship means it is something that was always there. If now the people are understanding running a house is not less than being an entrepreneur.
Absolutely.
If I say a businessman, if you divide these words, an entrepreneur is somebody who manages everything. He has to look into the smallest of the details of running the business to the biggest of it. And he is, he doesn't have teams. Initially, when he starts up, it is, or he or she starts up, it's like right from the beginning. Everything has to be under, going under his or her eyes and, So when you see a woman at home, she was always like that.
Correct.
She has to look at, the food, the nutrition, the psychology of everybody, take care of the tantrums, take care of the needs, take care of elders. So that's, it's like geriatric care. So everything is there. And I don't know, I don't see why it was not given that importance. That it's so important as a housewife also that she has to be there. The word entrepreneurship only comes when you're talking about the financial aspect to it. But it's always being entrepreneuring, you're always being managing everything.
I think our moms,
Yeah, moms, our grandmoms, we've seen that.
They the best financial managers you can think of, right?
And so financial matters for the house, and we feel that it's a very small thing, but no, the budgeting of the house and how you manage in the limited funds, and you do everything and you keep the emotions high and you're happy and you keep content in the family.
True.
It is the most important. So I think entrepreneurship was always a part of a woman as a character. But when you just have to, kind of give it the right kind of a platform, support, and the the resources, and then it became global, or it became like a bigger aspect that you're doing it not only for yourself and your house, you're doing it for another community or a community at large. So I think women entrepreneurship is always in there.
Just when we started to have this conversation, you said you're into anchoring, you are a voiceover artist, and you're an amateur astronomer.
Yes.
Right? I want to really understand how did this journey begin and what's next for you?
So again, I am an anchor, voiceover artist, a yoga teacher, a therapist, counselor, and an
I wanted you to
amateur
say it rather than me saying it.
astronomer. And the journey is just how it is. I just took steps, as it came. I didn't want to.
Were you able to take time out to really do all of these? Do you do them parallelly?
So it's only, I love to, I'm very intense as a person. I love to put my energy into one thing, what I'm doing. And that's how, my, this career that you can say has panned out. So I started off very young in college into anchoring. And my first event was with Star Sports during the Mumbai Marathon. And it just came up to me very, naturally.
It's like telling a story, isn't it? A
It
life
is,
story.
yes,
as it happens.
it is. And so when that started, I mean, I get that break, you can say, it really felt very natural for me, because I was always, when you see the television, you're seeing Femina Miss India, and you're seeing all these anchors on stage, and the whole way that they take up their process, I mean, the whole bit on stage. So when I had the opportunity of having the mic in my hand, it was just quite natural.
Yeah, and I can then correlate it to voiceover artists, because I think it's again a form of
And
storytelling.
then when you are into the industry, you have very kind people giving you the compliments, giving you the acknowledgement, or even helping you to understand what you're good at. So when they start saying that you sound very good on the mic, and you have good voice, you have a good narration, and you can, your pitch is good. It just came naturally. So I was like, okay, then a voiceover artist is a good place to be, to kind of explore.
Mm-hmm.
So I explored that, and while I was in my journey, I got introduced to yoga, and it was made quite famous with Kareena Kapoor, Size Zero, and all of those things that were happening.
Mm-hmm.
And it just landed to me because my friend is introduced that there's a course happening,
And did
teacher
that
training.
bring about a change in you?
Very much,
Mm-hmm.
very much. So, and in my home and my atmosphere, it's always been, we've been following that,
Mm-hmm.
but not to the T. Every day somebody's my dad or my mom are practicing or something like that. But my mom practices, my dad practices
Mm-hmm.
in their own way,
Mm-hmm.
as everybody does. But when I told them I want to do the course, then they were quite open with it because we're very calm, relaxed people at home, rather, like not very anxious and things like that. So it was just very natural to be able to imbibe the qualities or the understanding of yoga
Mm.
into you.
And how did the amateur astronomer coming to be?
So it did happen very recently during COVID that I got into stargazing as just because we were at home, all the things
Correct.
that all what we could do is look up at the stars.
True.
So when I was doing that, I just happened to think about it, what would be there and things like that, and like we normally do, we just look it up. And then I had a message on one of the groups, WhatsApp groups, that this course is happening, and I just jumped into it. I said, let me do it. Nothing else to do. It was online, and then we were waiting to go offline and go into the actual field and do it. So the course did take that, and it just came up, and I got into it. But I think somewhere where it sparked in me was when I wanted to be an astronaut when I was younger. So maybe, when you have dreams and then you let it off, you're like, it doesn't go your way, so then you keep it aside.
Mm-hmm.
And but it's still there in you. I don't think so dreams die. Nobody's dream can die. It's always there with you. It's just in one corner. And in whatever area of life you can kind of bring it back, bring that spark back, and contribute in any small way.
Sure.
I mean, now with my stargazing events that I do, I show people the sky. I show people the planets, the stars. You can see the rings of Saturn.
Uh-huh.
You can see Jupiter. You can see the craters on the moon. You can see different nebulas, and this is a lot of wonder in the sky out there. So I think it is kind of a, if you're not an astronaut there and not serving the country with things that you do with that organization, but you're still doing that. Maybe I'm sparking the light into somebody else who might eventually go and be an astronaut. So I love it.
Wonderful. Between us is a storytelling platform, really not a podcast only. For me, the idea was to build a platform where not just me, but many other storytellers come and share their journey and create an impact. And I always wrap up my episode by saying that we all tell stories, but the most important story is the one we tell ourselves.
Yes.
And how we tell those stories shape in who we become. So what is that one story you tell yourself every day?
What I tell myself every day,
Mm-hmm.
never give up. I mean, as I said, and I mean, now manifestation as a word is very, common. It's used a lot, and it's spoken about a lot. So before the word became that famous, we all knew that we can manifest what we want.
Absolutely.
And so my stories, I mean, if you see the different paths that I'm taking, or the different, and it's all wide. I mean, they're not related to each other in any way. But they're all, somewhere in the past, maybe there was a dream, there was a emotion towards it, there was some kind of a liking, which then grew. It just kept growing. It took its own journey. It kept growing. I didn't have to put the fire down. I didn't have to put it away, saying that ये नहीं कर सकते, छोड़ दो उसको. I said कर सकते हैं, देखते हैं कैसे, कितना कर सकते हैं उसमें. How much you can, make it, and what you can achieve out of it. I just let it happen. So if there's a spark of an idea or want to do something, I just allow it to happen. So don't give up.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for the anchoring
Pleasure
today.
being here.
And loved it. I loved the little yoga session you had. That really calmed me down.
Yes.
So thank you so much. And hopefully we'll meet again.
Definitely.
And Bhaveshji was telling me that he plans to have something in Bangalore in July.
Right.
If you're there, we'll meet her or
Def-
we'll meet her.
Yes.
So, thank
Definitely.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Between Us podcast. The producer is Santosh Kumar and the associate producer is Samyak Kamble. The Between Us podcast uploads episodes weekly, and we'll see you next time.